think today I want to focus on attachments. There's a lot of people who have attachments. Pretty much everybody in the world has attachments, whether it's an attachment to a person, a place, a thing, an object. And to me, attachments aren't good. You have some people who are attached to the thought that, life's going rough, so I'm going to attach myself to drugs or alcohol. That's my escape. I'm going to escape because in reality, it's better than what it is to just face the issues we have. You have people who are attached to objects. They have to have that. For me, my attachment, I have to have cigarettes. I know they're not good for me, but I'm still attached to them. If I don't have them, look out, grizzly bear. My son has an attachment to his gaming system, and that's also a negative attachment, or a negative thing to have, because when you're attached like that, it can not only lower your vibration, but you're dependent on something, and you shouldn't be dependent on something. You need to let go of the attachments. You have to learn to live and to maneuver and focus and work around that. I'm having a stressful day, the kids are driving me nuts, animals are driving me nuts, my car won't start. So I'm gonna run to my cigarette, because I'm gonna huff and puff on that cigarette, because that's just gonna make everything better. And in all reality, it's not making anything better. It's making your health worse. It's breaking your pockets because they're costly. You gotta buy them. They're expensive. Certain things that we get attached to, people would think, that's not so bad, but it is. Because even the simplest attachments can cause negative effects. It comes down to, raising and lowering your vibrations. And that, we'll do a whole nother video on that. That's too much to get into on this video. But you want to keep your vibrations high. You don't want to vibe low. Simple things, laughing, smiling, a hug. Something that causes you happiness raises your vibration. Stress, anger, all that lowers your vibration. And when we vibe in low, that's when we run to our attachments. That's when it's just convenient. It's something everyone does. There was a point in time where my attachment was people. You live like a negative lifestyle. Your mind becomes conditioned, and it's just easy. It's easy for your mind to crave that negative effect that it gets when you get that negative attention, than to not have no attention at all. So I would get stressed out, or I would worry, or whatever it may be, and I would run into that attachment. I wouldn't move forward in life because that was my attachment. I was stuck around certain people. It's not easy to break an attachment. It's not easy at all. And the first slip up you get, or the first time you get stressed, or the first time you get angry, or you could be having an amazing day and somebody bring your mood down, or you allow your vibration to lower, and boom, you run right back to that attachment. There's no shame in it. We all do it. Everybody has that attachment that they run to. Some will admit it, some won't. There's also times where you get attached to my job. This was in my family for so many years. I have to do this. I'm attached to this. It's what's expected of me. It's what others want me to do. You have to break that attachment. Just because your mom and aunt and grandma and great grandma, and just because they were doctors doesn't mean you have to be a doctor. You can break that line. You can break that attachment. And I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a chef. And not too many people think of that. People think of an attachment as always like a relationship wise, like I'm attached to that person, or I'm attached to this person. It's not necessarily just in that aspect. Um, there's certain people out there who are attached to harming themselves, or they're attached to, I need to do this to feel better, and you don't need to do that to feel better. That's where you bust the attachment, you break it. That's gone. So now when I feel like I need to run to this attachment, instead of running to this attachment, I'm going to do this instead. My big thing is, and I had multiple attachments, multiple. I'm not even going to get into that because that's my personal space. I had multiple attachments, and instead of running to them attachments, I chose to, now when I feel the need to run to my attachment, I will go meditate, or I will go soak in a bath. Because for me, I'm an empath. Water's my thing. Water calms me, water soothes me, it's amazing. Water is my healer. So I will go just soak in a bath. I will lay down in that tub, and I will submerge underneath water, and it just, that quick, I forget all about my attachment. Summertime, same thing. I have my swimming pool. That's where I'm at 99% of the time. It could be anything simple, but you don't want to give up one attachment to go to another attachment. Like, you don't want to give up alcohol and run to cigarettes. Or, you don't want to give up, you're attached to your pacifier, you're going to give that up, and now you're going to run to your ninny bottle. No, you don't want no attachments, no strings attached, no attachments, ever. When you have attachments, that's when you have your expectations, and you shouldn't have that. You should have, your wants and your needs, and that's that. Just let it go at that. If you could just give up those attachments, you'll see that your mind isn't so much focused on that specific thing anymore, and it's easier to have an open mind, get out there, find what you really need, instead of oh shit, I need my attachment, run into that. It's, let's go on a nature walk today. I'm gonna go on a nature walk, and instead of being on that nature walk thinking, I need this cigarette, it's, wow, did you see that pretty bird, or look at that tree, or look at the way the sun's setting. Your mind opens to a whole different perspective of things. And when you open your mind to that new perspective, you're noticing things now that you never noticed before, because before you wouldn't have went on that nature walk, you would have ran right to that attachment. You see what I'm saying? You're opening your mind to like a whole new beauty. And it's pretty neat. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do my next video on raising and lowering vibrations, because that's an important one. If you're vibing low, that's where it keeps you down and out. It keeps you sad. It keeps you from doing the things you love to do. It keeps you from doing things you want to do. And when you vibing high, that's when you feel good. That's your feel gooder. Like, you're laughing, you're happy, you feel love, you're giving love. You just have that warm, tingly feeling. That all raises your vibration. But we're going to do that on the next video. So, I think that's all I got for you today. I just did a real short one because I'm bebopping all around here today, doing the whole parenting thing and taking care of the house, stuff like that. So, catch me on my next one, and we'll learn all about vibrations.